Hey everybody, you're right here. Good to see everyone. With the new system that I'm still learning, I had to call Ray and say, Ray, help. And then I kind of figured out my mistake on my own. So we're still learning. Last night, Ray came out with us and helped out for a while and answered some questions and whatnot. So thank you very, very much, Ray, for last night and all your help. Everybody, thanks for being on last night. It was an interesting evening, fun evening. And we are back at this historic location up on the cliff overlooking Bootleggers Crossing, where, as most of you know that have been with me before, yes, this is where all the bootleggers hung out and moved that illegal moonshine and everything that was related to those activities right here under the cover of darkness, back when this used to be James County, James, James County, before it went bankrupt. And the county of Hamilton said, hey, we'll help you, we'll just annex you in, we'll grow that quick, and no more debt. James County was gone. Only memory that I know of that says James County is the old patrol car at the restaurant, Whistle Stop Restaurant, a few blocks up the track. If it's your first time with us, this section is the Knoxville West End. Track 1, far side. Track 2, closest to me. We are at the 227 milepost. Right as they go across Little Debbie's Parkway, they split and the Atlanta North District begins. Goes on down into Collegedale, Appleton, and then on down to Dalton, and every place below that. Over to Rome and then down to Atlanta. And Knoxville West End, obviously, on up to Knoxville. Goes through unincorporated McDonald, Cleveland, Tennessee, past Control Point Tasso, goes on up through Riceville and makes that run all the way up to Knoxville. So, it is just a beautiful evening. So, welcome to tonight's show. As you know, there's no likes here. It is anniversary sale week at Job 1, so Job 1 is crazy busy this week. So we're a little bit behind schedule tonight from what we try to make, but hey, Job 1's important, makes Job 2 possible, so thank you, Job 1, because I appreciate you. So everybody, I'm going to swing you back trackside, Chattanooga that way, the curve and on down to Atlanta behind me, and up to Knoxville behind me, that direction. Ottawa Cemetery, if you've never been here, make plans to rail fan here. Ottawa Cemetery Road, dead end, tons of parking, and if you've never heard of Bootleggers Crossing, just Google it. There's no historic markers here or anything that tells the tale, but there are generations of rail fanning that has been done here. And great-grandpa to grandpa to dad down to current generation have all watched trains here through the years. So, again, thanks for being with me. Hopefully we'll have a great night. We are, like I said, still learning this system, so you never know, but each day it gets a little better.
It's the beauty of creating the moment when it all...
We do have 2 scanners on, one of which is the bird cam. If you've never watched the bird cam, check it out. Not only does it watch trains, you hear all kinds of birds, and Mother Nature has some incredible evening settings and some incredible morning settings. Matter of fact, just this morning was another one of them. For those of you who were on the live Sunday night, Raymond made a time lapse, a 24-hour time lapse of the bird cam. That was super cool. Alan sent me a note this morning, said, hey, did you see the crazy fog over there? It was just beautiful. I mean, just beautiful. So everybody, thanks for being here with us. I'll join you over on the monitor. Tony's going to tell you, if he hasn't already, how many days to Christmas. Tony, tell everybody what's going on this weekend in Cowan, Tennessee. And as everybody noted, or as Tony noted for everybody, 72 days to Christmas. It is currently October 14th, 2025. Friday night in Cowan. We're all going to go have dinner at the Mexican restaurant. Cannot wait to see you guys. The rest of you that are in the area coming in on Saturday, we'll see you then. Tony, I know you're thinking about it. Makes me hungry just talking about that place. Boy, that last dinner we had there, oh, that was fantastic. So Railfan Days coming up this Saturday in Cowan, Tennessee. If you're not familiar with Cowan and the Railroad Museum there, Brian and Vince have invited us all over for Railfan Day to hang out for the day. Vince and Brian are going to cook for us. Brian's going to have the Cowan Railroad Museum open, so make plans to do that. If you're not familiar with the Cowan Railroad Museum, check out the podcast that Brian and Casey made from the Cowan Railroad Museum, and that'll give you an idea just how cool it is, and that's where the pushers are located to get over there on the Cumberland Plateau. 2 pushers are based there, and they're going to put a railroad spur in along with this huge green walkway that's going in over there. So lots of stuff going on. Big plans. Anybody got a question about Cowan, Tennessee? Tony's on here. He can fill you in. And Tony's going to fly for us this weekend. Kid Outdoors, sounds like you're doing well today. That's good news. Hello, Kit. How's Missouri? Okay, go ahead and book and I'll send the messages right now. And that's while I'm on the live. Okay, I'll send her a note right now. Bye. Hello, ain't right? Oh my goodness, Mama Bear's got 2 whole days off? I don't believe it. Yes, Robert, those could be some mean folks. Like I said, we have 2 scanners on. So we'll hear CSX, the DeBucks Yard, and NS traffic on the radios. And it is just a beautiful, beautiful evening. Well, Kit, we are 77 degrees currently here, so we're kind of like you for weather. Robert, take your time off and enjoy it from those mean PT people. Uh-oh, Robert, that's not good with Dad. Keep us updated. And it sounds like there's a locomotive with either a window or windshield problem they're talking about. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Whoever does not sound happy about it. He said, hang on, and he didn't sound happy. Sound like maybe he was messing up the plans. If you think you hear goats, you're right. You do. The goats are right over there on the other side of the trees. Hey everybody, again, it's good to see everybody. Mama Bear, I'm glad you got a couple of days off. Robert, you got to keep us up to date on how Dad's doing. Now we got 2 of you guys to take care of. Tony, 4 days off seems like an awful long time. But hey, you'll be off just in time for Cow and Rail Fan Days. Anybody new, seriously, any questions you have, please ask away. somebody on here will have an answer. And if not, we'll call in for help and get an answer. We got folks on from all over the place, not just local. So again, thanks for everybody. If it's your first time, thanks for coming on. Don't forget, hit that like button, and then when you're done, make sure you get the subscribe button. Yes, that helps you know when we go to the next crossing. It helps the channel, excites Mike. Woo! Yes, it really does. I tell you what, this past week has been so much fun. Met so many different people, had a great time with Alan over along the tracks and everybody else. So met Sean, Matt, just a whole list, Tim, just a fun time, and that's what real fanning is. So everybody, thanks for being on. Like I said, thanks for tonight's thumbs up. Make sure you do subscribe. We appreciate that. We're working hard on hitting that 2,300 number. Traveling over to Cowan this weekend. If you got any questions about Cowan, ask Tony now while he's on. And don't forget, Sunday night, live from the studio, although Casey's going to be traveling on vacation, he's going to do it from his vacation site, assuming that they have Wi-Fi strong enough. He's taking part of the studio with him. Somehow I'm going to connect in. You know, Casey just is a modern marvel of technology. Me, I still like paper and pencil. Always works. Never has a problem. Never disconnects. Never anything. Ray's teach me how to do all this stuff from right here. I can focus me, unfocus me. I can do all kinds of stuff. And there's more, but Ray says, you got to learn the basics first before you can go to the next step. But we do have the new sound device on, so a lot of changes, and as you all know, the new camera, so you should see a tremendous difference in picture. So don't forget, anything train related, favorite depot, favorite locomotive, favorite setting, favorite whatever, send them in, railmoments.com for our live every Sunday night, and we go through all the submissions, and we pick a total of 9 each week. Ray picks one on photography quality, and then we pick favorite locomotive, favorite picture, favorite graffiti, and most artistic. So everybody, thanks for being all part of that. Like I said, this is a famous, iconic spot here at Bootleggers Crossing. If you think back, way back during Prohibition days, what all might have transpired right here after dark. So, and we're just to the point we're starting to see a little bit of colors on our trees. Not much, but a little. The sun kind of setting over there on the hillside. This is the Ottawa Cemetery, and it's a big cemetery. Normally we get to see some wildlife, deer and whatnot, but haven't seen any tonight. And with this new camera setup, it's a directional stereo system, so we're actually broadcasting in stereo. How cool is that? Here's production 6, although I can't back out far enough, but some of the equipment, the new carry-all case for everything. Sounds like they're going to have to change out locomotives on a train. Interstate 75, about a half a mile behind us. There's graves from back in the 1800s. Some of them are literally just a piece of stone that's been shaped and chipped. And like I said, we're just starting to see a little bit of gold and a little bit of yellow in our trees. There's 2 diverge points over there. And because of the big curve, our signal tower here, the lights are angled away from us, so it's kind of hard to see them until it gets a little bit darker. Track 2 closest to us. Track 1, the farthest one across. Milepost 227. There's the crossing that we've seen them tear up I don't know how many times this year. Some rail equipment here. And if we get a train coming at us, we'll see glowage. There's no crossing before this point going back towards Chattanooga, so you don't hear any train horns until such time they get around that bend. Then for the private crossing, you do hear them. You know what, Tony?
Supplies are low. Deliveries are late. You can scream all day. Oh.
Tony, you're just in time for the scream when we get ready to talk about the cemetery and where we are. Bootleggers Crossing is legendary. It used to be, if you wanted a bottle of liquor, there was a rock. You'd put money under the rock. When you came back, your liquor would be there. And under the cover of darkness, they used the trains to help move the product to other areas. And the bootleggers would meet here under the cover of darkness. There's no historical marker. There's no plaque telling you all this. If you do Google Bootleggers Crossing, you'll see lots and lots of rail fan descriptions of this point. There's a great big area down below that you can park where that cat is. We usually stop up here on the road. This is a dead-end road. And if you get off of exit 11 on Interstate 75, which is, not even a half mile away from us, is where Interstate 75, you can see, we can zoom in here. Those vehicles you see moving is where Interstate 75 is. So you get off at exit 11, and the first time you can make a right, you turn on that road that goes down past Cracker Barrel. You come down to where they sell the wooden buildings, and you come on up here. Like I said, it's a dead-end road. So we normally don't see any traffic up here. If we do, we see the lovebirds that come in the cars. We see out-of-state plates because they are lost come up here. And then those to visit the memory of their loved ones and relatives and what have you from the past in the Ottawa Cemetery. And this is a great big cemetery. Goes way, way back. And there's grave sites, like I said, back into the 1800s here. Somebody's come through and put flags on some of the veterans. Right over there is Little Debbie's Parkway. That's why these roads don't go through anymore. And right on the other side of that bungalow that's a little damaged and been hit pretty hard are two diverge points. You go across Little Debbie's Parkway, and then you're over at the spooky water tower where Kid wants to spend the night. I told him that's a great idea, and he can let us all know what it was like. And then these are the outbound signal tower, actually signal bridge. As the outbound traffic and like I said, they are angled away from us so the trains that are coming are able to see as they are on the curb. Now as it gets a little darker, we can tell the red and the greens and the ambers, but until then I gotta walk down there by that cat to see them. And then it's double tracked here. They have been working on this track. The grinders were on it not too long ago. As you can see, the 227 milepost indicators, one on each side here at this point where it's called Knoxville West End. We might get to see 29F. This is a great spot when you have train activity, and usually there's quite a bit of it. A lot of times you'll see trains holding right there on that curve as they wait for the inbound trains to diverge or something to pass them or whatever. But a lot of times in the videos past here at Bootleggers, we have watched the train meet up, sometimes 2, 3, 4 at a time, literally. So this is a really, really cool spot. And like I say, you just never know. Sometimes you can't count them all. And that's the fun about rail fanning. It's an escape from reality. You get to talk to other folks, hang out with folks, see what's coming around the curve next. because you never know what is next. And if you've never seen a railroad track get a haircut, check out Saw in the Sky, and you will see what that's like as we photograph live rail track trimming last year down by Varnell. And that is a high rail Caterpillar. It goes on the rails. So imagine how much fun that is to run around with. Also, I have some rail news to share with you today. I was reading in rail news, Union Pacific distributes $4 million in community grants. They announced they were distributing more than $4 million in grants to 430 nonprofit organizations in the 23 states through the Class 1's annual Community Ties program. Ties Giving program. And their grants that ranged in values anywhere from $5,000 to $30,000, and they are awarded to support safety, workforce development, community vitality, and environmental sustainability initiatives, the UP press office said. So that's kind of cool. Thank you, Union Pacific. where Union Pacific says they are committed to empowering local governments that are driving meaningful change. Lots of change going on in the rail industry, as we know, and they obviously are in the middle of it. Kind of a cool sunset picture there around the curve. Hoping we get to squeeze in at least one tonight. Oh, hey, look what we got. As we talked, once it starts to get dark up here, we can see the signal indication lights. So since it's just about dusk and getting ready to lose our light, we're going to get our small flashlight out so we can do a flashlight salute from up here to our rail crew. Maybe we'll get to see 29F tonight. I heard them on the radio. So the good news is we're going to squeeze one in tonight. Unless it is just a beautiful night up here. Everybody, and it's so cool to hang out with y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for those of you wondering why is it red on top and green on the bottom, that train is coming to us on track 2, which is the track closest to us. What's going to happen is when he gets here, once he goes underneath that signal tower, he is going to diverge from the left track, number 2, to the right track, number 1. So that means he's not going to continue forward, and the green is diverge over, and he's then going to go across Little Debbie Parkway, where he's going to diverge to his right, which would be to your right, and then he's going to go past the spooky water tower, where he will then be on the Atlanta North District Norfolk Southern line. Now, sometimes it's a few minutes, sometimes it's a lot of minutes, so we'll watch that signal for a tad, and then we're going to swing back the other way and look for some glowage, as Tony would tell you. Hiya!
How's it going?
Hey everybody, Andy's here. Just another day in the world of paradise.
Yeah. Okay.
We just got our first screen since we got here.
Really? How long you been here?
We've been here an hour and 20 or so, and then the time we did everything that we got to do, it was probably 6:30 when I clicked publish.
Oh.
Because it was quiet, and I couldn't remember a step on the recording device, and I couldn't get it to do what it was supposed to do because I didn't follow step number 1.
Oh.
So as I sat here and went on and on and on and probably messed up every setting on it, finally I called Ray and said, Ray, help. And the first thing he said, do you have it plugged into the camera? The first thing I said, no.
Well, there you go.
And that was the problem.
Okay.
And step 1 says, plug in, turn on. I turned on and didn't plug in.
Well, you got half of it right.
I have not looked at what you sent me yet because I just haven't had a chance.
Oh.
I got out of the other place late today because it's our anniversary sale week and we just got 10,000 things going on.
Oh, okay.
And I started on a project yesterday to make a phone call, and it took me all day yesterday and until just before I left to finally sit long enough to get the call through without interruptions.
Okay. Okay. I was I got,
You want a chair?
no, I've got a chair in the car. I'll get it out. I was changing the oil on my car as well.
Like by yourself?
Yeah. So I,
I invented Valvoline and Goodyear.
well, see, being that I was a GM dealer mechanic for 20 years,
Oh, well, then you probably can.
I got the stuff at home that
Well, me, Goodyear, you home.
yeah.
I loaned my yellow lights to Warren, so we don't have those tonight. I loaned the big ones to Jesse, and he brought them back there at the office, and I didn't put them back in the car. So we're going to set up here and wave.
Oh. Did you get your
It's back.
It's
It's in there.
yeah. What did they find out with it?
Didn't tell me. They wiped the top off, made it look all new and pretty, and gave it back and said, "You're good to go."
Probably just exchanged it.
It's possible that it's a rebuilt one from somebody else. It's all shiny, but it's got some, mine didn't have much in the way of scratches or anything on it, so it looks a lot like the other one.
Okay.
But it's back and supposed to be good, and I used it I used it Sunday and Saturday and last night without an issue.
Okay. Alright.
And then I got the new case, and we got the new connection, so the stereo sound recording device can be attached to the phone and directionally follow the camera lens, and it transmits in stereo, so if you have headset on at home, you can hear the train going left to right.
Also,
If you have your TV on and it has stereo, you can hear it. And if you're watching your phone, you'll never know the difference. Tablet, same thing, you don't know the difference.
okay.
And then I ordered another one today because there's another hole on the left side, so I can put a phone holder, so I can put a phone there, so that if I want to see the monitor, I can see the monitor
Okay.
there,
Yeah.
or I can click over to video and I can shoot a vertical short to play either on Sunday night or for Casey to make a short for the channel, either or. If it's for Friday night, I can shoot it this way, and if it's a short that he's going to produce, then I can shoot it this way, but either way, I can now put it on the phone. So all the time that, since we went to the different one, all the time I'm having to try and pan this one and pan this one, and it's on the secondary tripod, so none of them were smooth, and I get this one kind of good, then that one's behind, so I get that one caught up, and then this one's behind. Now, whatever, they'll just follow each other, so I don't have that. It's just as if I was doing it solo.
Okay.
So it takes all that problem out. Now last night,
I was gonna go to you were at the bus, right? The south side?
I was at the south end down by the soccer fields. Now last night we had a lot of connection loss. See, the camera live streams straight to YouTube through connection in the program in the tablet. The tablet, excuse me, there's more coming. The tablet by wireless Wi-Fi connects to the camera, so I can see what the camera sees as soon as the camera sees it. The MiFi, which provides the Wi-Fi signal, transmits through the internet to YouTube. Oh, I could do 20 of them. We used to count. I could do 20 in a row. My dad used to do that. We used to always count them. When I'll get a whiff of something, I'll just get started. So I could take the tablet off if I want. I can sit in the truck. I can't obviously move. I can't obviously move the camera, but I can change the focus distance. I can focus it, or I can watch it in there if I want, or whatever. Now, there is a program that, let's just say I had 2 of them going, I could move.
Can you buy travel insurance after booking your trip? Yes. The best time is right after paying your first trip deposit, or by...
Okay, the horn that you may be hearing right now is on the bird cam sound system, so we do not have horn yet. That is on the CSX line if you happen to hear that horn. So last night, and I didn't really think about it, but I kept having a lot of disconnection of the tablet from the camera. But the camera was still up.
I hear rumble.
We got rumble. everybody, that is what you truly call night vision. Because we just watched that train in the dark. And you're going to say, well, Mike, you've got all those lights, turn them on. Well, I loaned the big sets to Jesse and the little sets to Warren because they all wanted to go out in the middle of the night, and I don't have them back. So everybody, this is as good as it gets. But you can think back what it was like during bootlegger days as they loaded and unloaded their product off the trains here in the dark with oil lit lanterns, probably. Oh, I guess they had headlights back then. So anyhow, hey, we squeezed one in, even if it was in the dark. Glad everybody got to be with us. Now, don't forget, Wednesday nights, we don't go trackside. Our big anniversary sale is going to be Thursday. Normally Wednesday nights with Mrs. S. Eat healthy night and go for a walk with Mrs. S. to keep my doctor happy. But tomorrow night, we'll be getting ready for the anniversary sale and some other events. So I will be back trackside on Thursday to see you guys. Friday we'll go trackside. We'll end up over in Cowan. And then Mexican dinner, and then all day, Saturday, October 18th, 2025. We're going to hang out with Brian and Vince and Tony and everybody and have a fantastic day. So, I know you can't see me, but here I am. Everybody have a great evening. Thanks for being on. And we will see you. And I know one of you's got it right now. I can't see it on this monitor. I have to see it on the other. But 29F just rolled through. Yes, Chuck, it does look like a haunted scene. Axe Production Unit 6. With all of its lights going. Thanks, Mama Bear. You're right. We will see you at the next crossing.